Hello, my dear Aries. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between April 16 and April 30, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I now use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Zero Marketing, and I will start shuffling your cards. I call the Divine with love and light. I call for archangels in the four corners of the world, and I call the six elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Aries viewers. So I want my dear Aries to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So I also want to take the chance to tell you about the Lyrids meteor shower, April 22nd to 23rd, and the new moon, April 26th. Venus will be in Pisces and transit over to Aries in the end of the period. Mercury will join Uranus in Aries. Mercury will join Uranus in Aries retrograde. Mercury will go retrograde into Aries the 20th of April. And we also have Pluto that will square Jupiter and the moon on the 25th. Venus will square moon and Saturn on the 30th. So this is about what's going on a celestial level. So, my dear Aries, the second part of April 2017. Okay. We'll just tune in for a few seconds. Okay. So, my dear Aries, this is your future. This is your now, and this is the past. So the now here is probably the second half of April 2017, but whenever you watch this is probably the exact right time to see it. So the first card for you here is Seven of Coins. So Seven of Coins is a period of waiting. Uranus has the symbol almost like the hangman. And the Seven of Coins is deeply connected with the Hangman card. It's a situation, you have invested a lot of things into this situation, but it's kind of a pregnancy period. You have put the seed to the soil, but you don't really know if the sun and the rain and the soil will do its work and you will have a nice crop. So you have put in a lot of effort, but you don't really know the outcome just yet. The Seven of Coins can be a rather frustrating situation where you're waiting for an answer. You're waiting for someone to be able to develop to a level where you can continue on something. You're waiting to get that promotion. You're waiting to get through school. You're waiting. So it's a lot of waiting with this. And usually the outcome is in proportion to the energy put into this. So, but sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes you need to see on surrounding card and see if it's time to keep on moving on, or if you can continue waiting. So here we have a King of Coins. King of Coins is usually Capricorn. It can be Taurus and Virgo. It can be any person. It's probably you. The King of Coins is a person that's starting to taking care of their own affairs. They are starting to control what they think they can control, their own lives. They are thinking more about creating a paradise for themselves, where they are self-sufficient, where they are being able to meet their own needs. And they're also very generous to a certain degree. Generous with those people in their surrounding that they think are kind of good enough or have the right kind of personality traits to be invited to this kingdom. So the King of Coins is a person that is very disciplined and want the right person surrounding them. They don't want to have liars and cheaters and people they can't trust in their kingdom. So it seems like the work that's going on, the thing that's going on with the Seven of Coins, this weight, is some kind of weight for you. It's you waiting to find out maybe how this kingdom is going to be ruled by you. The next card is Two of Wands. So Two of Wands is you need to make a choice, stay or go, invite or uninvite. Two of Wands is traditionally a card about two people kind of choosing separate roads and wants to prove that they can go on without the other person. So it's much about self-esteem, self-control, my way or the highway. The Two of Wands is also waiting period. It's like you are in a state of waiting for divine timing. We have a lot of planets going in retrograde. We have Venus went retrograde until April 15 when it's stationed in Pisces for returning in the end of the month into Aries. We also have Jupiter going retrograde, Mercury going retrograde. And so this is a time for re-evaluation, to go step back a little bit, maybe put yourself in a little bit of solitude, like we've seen that you have done here. Back off into what's known, what's secure for you. Your secure area might be your own house or your own, like your family circuit, or to be at home with your children and your husband or your wife. So it's kind of your backing off maybe from social inventions. You don't want to be so much out with other people. It's a place where you go more inwardly, you go more deeply into yourself and trying to find out how yes, this is how my kingdoms is, and is it stable enough? Have I taken care of the wall? Do I have the discipline? Do I have the moral codes, values that kind of gives me my boundaries against other people? So it's like you're checking out your defense, but also checking out how long you will be able to master a siege. How long will you be able to be in a certain situation without do you have enough food, water, storage? And I don't mean here not literally. I mean in a way that you're checking out if you are able to do it on your own. This is a very beautiful thing that's happening, because you're starting to ground yourself. You're starting to build from your own authority, becoming like your inner father figure, being able to create a stable foundation for yourself. So from now on, you don't have to be so addicted to other persons or other situation, because you have built your own foundation. And from there, you can invite the persons into your life that you want to have there. It can also show that some earth person is doing this towards you. Maybe they are thinking that you are them, that you are a problem in their lives in some way. So they have put this boundary around themselves. They don't want to let you all the way into their castle until they know that you can behave yourself. The next card is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is holding the Two of Swords. So we have Two of Wands, Two of Swords. So it's a lot of things going on underneath the surface here. People are sending messages, subliminal messages to each other. I can do without you. And they are not really communicating. Sometimes there's a lack of communicating because you don't want to, okay, the other person has withdrawn, maybe with a little bit of silent treatment, and you don't want to be the one that's going in there and poke them and say, okay, what's happening? Are you all right? Why the silent? So the two of Swords here that the page holds, she's kind of holding a challenge to you. Either you communicate with truth, or you decide to not, that this challenge is too much. Maybe the thing that you're fighting for is not worth fighting for. Maybe to take the battle another day. But she's about truth. You need to at least know it for yourself. If you decide to not contact a person because you don't want to step outside your ego tower, and you don't want them to win, that's one thing. But if you don't want to step out of your tower because you are tired, exhausted, you don't want more drama, you want people to learn certain things until they are re-invited to your home. That's another thing. And it could be a good idea to also tell them. With the Nine of Swords, it could be either way. Either you are tormented by being like treated with a silent treatment, being like locked on a lockout, or it can also be that yes, you have restrained yourself from, you have put an arm's length between you and other people, but you are also sad because of this. It wasn't really what you wanted. So with the Nine of Swords, there's a lot of pain coming and a lot of what ifs. So if you go on this road, how long will the silence go on? How long until we can reconnect? How long till if it doesn't have to be in the love relationship, it can be in any kind of relationship. It can also be when it comes to job, that you're waiting for a certain kind of job offering and you don't know if you're going to get it, so you're very upset and you have anxious thoughts about the future. So what you need to do is, of course, to cut this umbilical cord that you have to this future event. So don't mind if this will go the way you want it to go or not. Because if it was meant to, if it is your highest road, it will happen. And if not, it won't happen. And it wasn't your destiny. You can't really leave people that you really love and say, well, if they are my destiny, they're going to come back to me one day. It's not like that. But if you are in a situation where you have tried all your best and still there's a split, still there's uncertainty, still you don't know what the future will hold, you are standing on like a little bit unstable ground, try to not mind the outcome so much. Try to figure out like if you can just be okay with whatever happens. Can you have some trust in the universe that they will bring you to the place where you're supposed to be? Can you take a deep breath and say, okay, so I don't mind what happens. You don't attach yourself to a certain outcome. You still want what you want, but you trust that it will come, but it doesn't have to come tomorrow or in 3 months or in 1 year. It comes when it comes. It's divine timing. You are the creator, but you are the person just putting down the seed, the dream, into the soil. And the sun, the rain, the soil, it needs to do the rest. So you can't run around chasing your own arrows. You just put the seed to the ground, and it takes 9 months for a child to be born and several months for a crop to grow. So don't be so anxious. Don't be so attached to the outcome result. And if you love someone, show it to them. Don't play hard to get or things like this. It's a big difference between having your boundaries and your values and not letting people treat you bad. It's another thing to say, yes, I love you. So you can love a person, you can still say to them, I love you, but right now I need a break. I need at least 2 weeks to figure this out because I'm totally exhausted after all our misdemeanors and quarrels and petty arguments. It's not about you. I just need this time. So you can be very honest. You don't have to freak people out. You don't need to win over them. You don't have to play cool. And if someone else is doing this to you, be the best version of yourself. Try to feel your warmth in your hands and your feet. Try to have your soul coming down in your body. So you will be able to be here and now. When you are here now, when you are in your soul, nothing can go wrong. So you're already on your highest path. So easy. And that will make miracles happen in your life. So be sure to be here and now. The next card is Three of Coins. So it seems like the indication is to not leave the situation. The Surroundings card is saying you need to work on the situation. You need to master it. You need to look at what has been created and see what's left to create, what needs to have like some fine adjustment and needs to be upgraded a little bit until you can continue. So this is Trinity. This is work that you're doing together with someone else and probably the divine. And it's a mastery. You take a mistake and you make something beautiful out of it, and then you make a new mistake and you make something beautiful out of that, because mistakes is experience. It's valuable. It's like a treasure. When you have made a mistake, you have tried something out, you see that it didn't work, so now you just have a trillion other options to go. So it's like this. Things repeat in your life. You try different things. If you try the same thing over and over again, you're kind of stuck. What you need to do is to try a new thing every time. New thing, new thing, new thing, until you find the thing that will actually solve the situation and not just keep you in the merry-go-round. The next card here is the 9 of coins. So the cards are emphasizing this with you building your inner garden. This is Virgo in Venus. Actually, you can see it on the here, Virgo Venus. This is about the person becoming very self-sufficient. So if you have a earth person in your life, they are currently working really hard on becoming self-sufficient, being able to make it kind of without you. It might be because your situation has been so rough that they feel that they need to detach from you to be able to be happy. So maybe that's what's need to be fixed. But the 9 of coins is also telling you that you can do the same here. I don't want you to do this so you will be able to make it without people. I will want you to do this to be able to find your inner paradise, this here and now that I was talking about. It's a 9, so it's connected to the Hermit. You have the 9 also here. The Hermit stage is when you go a little bit alone to find out what hurts, what doesn't hurt, where you're happy, where you're not happy, what you like, what you dislike, your values, what kind of values you don't want to have. So you are stripping off everything that's other people and magnifying what is you. So you will get to know yourself. And with the 9 of coins, you are finding your inner paradise. What's making you calm? What's making you leveled? What's making you feel like a camel in the desert, that you can go for miles and miles and still rejoice because there's no danger to your life. You still have water and food stored in your own body. So this is a situation where you can find the sun inside of you, the now. So you need to really work hard on this, to detach from all these worrying thoughts and things, problems in your life, and be able to again and again and again reconnect to here and now. What do I feel in my body? If you can see the sun, you can hear the birds, you can go out in nature, you can just see the cars passing by, whatever that will make you wake up to the now, see where you are. Okay, so you are here, and how does it feel in your body? So you just need to do that, and then you're here, then you are in the now. Next card is Ace of Swords. So Ace of Swords is a message of some sort. It has been a message that has been held off. It has been a decision that has been held off. But here in now, it seems like this message will finally come true. Someone has seen the situation from above, made a decision. You have a triangle here in a round shape. That's your soul inside your body. And the cloud is kind of lightning here. The sun is coming down. So this is like an epiphany. We had an indecision situation here that made you very anxious, but it also made you take this decision to work on yourself and to actually, I think you have also taken the decision that you don't want to really leave the old situation behind. It seems like there's a continuation, but you need to be more awakened in the actual situation, not be withdrawn into drama again. So the Ace of Swords really centered here is a very good card. It's talking about being enlightened, being awake, being aware. It's also messages coming through, letters, someone texting you. You are getting an answer for something you wanted to hear. It's also the Page of Swords, her challenge. Are you going to tell the truth, or are you going to hide for the sake of no more conflicts? So this is when you have chosen the truth, and actually the truth shall set you free. The next card is 7 of Cups. So this will make your feelings really in an upheaval because you won't know the outcome. Probably it's you that's going to say those things, and you don't know what what the other person or your boss or whatever, the school will come back with. So you have applied for this, but will you get it? So the Seven of Cups is being very anxious. It's a 7, so it's room for personal and spiritual growth. You need some maturity when it comes to emotion, to not be so attached to the outcome, to not run and chase the arrows, to be okay with whatever comes back. Send a lot of seeds. Send out a lot of seeds, like a lot of things that you want to do, and see what will come back. Many people, they are like this. Oh, I want to find someone to live my life with. And I actually met someone in the store the other day. And a week later, you hear that didn't work out and they will never ever try again. So that is not like sending out a lot of seed. That is like sending out one seed, standing there, watching it, if it will grow or not. And it didn't. So, yeah, okay, I give up. It's not meant to be. I'm not supposed to be with someone. And you put all your life's savings into one seed, and then you decided you will live your rest of your life alone. This is how many of us live our lives. We can't stick to anything or anyone. If you want love relationship, you can't give up after the first date. You are maybe allowed to give up after the 300th date. If you feel really tired, sometimes you can take a vacation, then at it again. It's a numbers game. This is how life prevails. It sends out a lot of seeds. Some seeds will fall on rocky ground. Sometimes will find themselves in fertile soil. You can't really know. So send out a lot of seeds. I'm not talking about infidelity here. I'm talking about if you're the one you're dating, it's not working out, well, mourn the loss and then try again. Mourn the loss and try again. And sometimes you need to cut off a little bit sooner until you get too detached with a person, or too attached to a person, I want to say. So you won't be able to leave them if you see that you are not compatible. Because if one wants, 8 kids and a big house in the country, and the other one wants to roam around the world like a backpacker, well, you're probably not especially compatible. So you should have realized that on the first date and saying, okay, so it was nice. I feel deep connection to you. Send me a postcard when you are in Jamaica. I will be so happy. The 8 of Cups is when you do exactly this, you decide that, well, this idea you had, Ace of Swords here, it was crap. You didn't get what you want, so you go back, you go into misery a little bit, much the 9 of Swords situation here, and feel like you have a beef with the whole world and probably universe as well, and the divine, because they didn't give you this what you wanted. But you forgot to send out a lot of seeds. You forgot that life seeds are, for the first, they are in a very hard shell usually. They need to crack that shell open. And after they have done this, they need to kind of know where they are going to go through black soil without any light. They need to know in what direction they are going to go. So they are growing like this. And when they are coming up, they may be coming frost. So the upper end of the plant is dying, and it needs to come even stronger from here and start again and come up and reach the sun. And then it will grow, and it will come back, bugs, and try to eat it. And it will come rainstorms and winds and hurricanes. And it's continue to grow on towards the sun, towards the light, towards your own soul. It's not giving up like this. No life does. It's just humans, like, oh, it's too heavy, it's too hard, it's no idea, I give up, I can't change anyway, I'm too old, I'm too young, it's too much problems, too much hassles, I'm too sad, I won't ever be happy. It's a lot of things here, but it's just Ace of Swords wants to make this scene so you can see it, so you can see where you have taken certain decisions. It's like you have written a soul contract for yourself. I won't ever. So every time that a date is failing for you, you might think like, I will never go on a date with a female again. They are always like this. They are always da da da. And this is a soul contract. So when you find those soul contract, hurry up to rewrite it, right? Instead, okay, I were on a date. It wasn't really for me. The girl was great, but we had differences of opinions of the future. So now I need to find a girl that's kind of like this girl. She had those and those good qualities, but I don't like this. I want more of that. So this is what I'm going to search for now. So you give direction to your the universe, like what you like and what you dislike. It's like the universe is a big Gemini, granting you all your wishes. It's just that you are wishing for so strange things, like leave me alone. I won't ever be in a love relationship again. It's too hard. So they say, okay, are you sure? And you say, yes, I'm sure. And then you are kind of hoping that the divine isn't really listening, but they are understanding what you really want, that you want a love relationship, send down, probably straight down on your driveway, like in a package wrapped and with a card on for you, without the hassle. And this is of course not how it's going to be. The abundance of earth, you are going to be like that if you want to live a full life. The next card here is the Two of Cups, and it comes under the Seven of Coins and Three of Coins. So it seems like a love relationship is still hanging in there, despite all the worry and the giving up and the pesty feelings, like being in a swamp, being knee deep in mud, going around in the same kind of situation that you always have been. But the love prevails here. It's Venus also. Venus comes back. It has been retrograde, backing into Pisces for a long time. On the 15, it stationed, and on the 28th, it will come back into Aries. So this is probably around that time, I would reckon. The next card is Eight of Coins. So it's still on. It's still on with this friend, this husband, this your boss at work, your wife, whatever it is here. And it's 8 and 7 and no 8, 7. 7, 8, 9 coins here is the Three of Coins as well, and King of Coins. So the 7 is for there's room to grow. 7s are spiritual growth. It's kind of out of your hands. Things are happening that's pushing you to grow, like the frost, for example. The 8 of Coins is much like the Three of Coins. You reevaluate the situation. You continue working. But this is Trinity. It's rather big leaps of change. The Eight of Coins is your continue on something you have done for a very, very long time and just trying to adjust, try new things. And the Nine of Coins is where you find an inner space where everything that you do, you don't really mind the outcome. You do the best you can, and you put in your best effort, being like really pure and honest, but you don't really mind the outcome because you find your inner paradise, the center of your own being, where you don't have to be rocked around so much. The now, your own presence, your soul's own presence. It's like a warm summer's day. When you find it, you will know. Okay. And the next card is the Star card. So it shows that two people or more being mixed together in the river of time, going to build on the ruins of the old. It's healing, and it's something that has been very stuck and very proud and very like on an arm's length distant, people not really connecting here. It wants connection. It wants you to align with the truth of the situation. Don't deny your own feelings. Don't deny what's really going on. Don't deny your highest road to your highest destiny, because it's there. It's not the easiest path, but it's the path that's going to lead you to your goal. And your goal is something that was set before you came here. It was written before. And all your other contracts that you have been writing about what you won't ever do again, they are just hindrance in the way. They are the mistakes themselves are from which you learn what to do next. You are not supposed to give up every time and, pull some old cloth over you and just go into hibernation, no, the thing that the bear does on the winter time, hibernation, something like that. Here we have a 10 of Wands. So when your soul wants to come down in your body, it wants to rearrange things. It's burning off your ego as well. So everything, your pride, your old survival skills, everything wants to go. It wants to be burned up. It's triangles here. Triangles are your soul. It's 3, so it's Trinity. And you are very pressed here because you are trying to refuse. You want to keep your ego. You want to keep your old ways of working or dealing with situations. You don't want to recognize that someone has maybe won over you, or your feelings has won over you, or the truth has won over you. So you're just resisting, and it doesn't matter if you have to crawl, you are going to crawl. So 10 of Wands is a lot of energy wants to push through, and you are in so much resistance that it can't really come through. It's this star card, divine energy. It's coming from your soul. It wants to come down here, rearrange you on a DNA level, but you are trying to keep like a lid on a volcano. You're trying to push it down, and it's something that's coming from this King of Coins. And it's some kind of truth that you are in denial of. So it can be a lot of things. Maybe you don't want to know the truth of the situation, or maybe you don't want another person to be right. It can be a number of things. Maybe you don't want the truth to be the truth. Maybe you want to live in your illusion. Maybe this is what you're trying so hard on. Here we have the Hermit card. So it seems like you will go into loneliness once more. It's a Virgo here again. So it might be a Virgo person in your life that's you aren't able to change, so they are constantly leaving you, and then you're promising to change, and they are coming back, and you go at it again, and so what about maybe doing the same? This person in your outside life, they are just trying to show you something on the inside. There's always room for change. We can always be more purely ourselves. No one is going to take anything away from you. When you lose your ego, you will win your soul. That it's like, it's not even 10 times better. It's maybe 100 zillion times better. When the ego leaves and dies, and the soul takes room in your body, you are becoming like a master creator, and being so in tune with each and every one, and knowing what's going to happen. You're going to feel it. You're going to be feeling very safe. You're going to feel, you're going to see everything. So that's a good bargain, I think. So sell that ego, sell the tower. Don't mind resisting things. Say yes, okay, blame me for whatever you want. It's okay. Or start to align with yourself. Start liking everything you do. Yes, okay, so stand up in the highest resistance and say, yeah, this is me, this is who I am. Even if it's a lie, you will find it right out eventually. If you really align what's on the table today, when you see the thing that's on the table today, the strongest feeling here might be resistance. So go all the way with the resistance then. Be like as stubborn as you possibly can, and just race ahead like a bull in a china shop. And that will lead to something, to another situation. And in that situation, you can take a new decision. Maybe you decide like, okay, this time I will talk. I will tell people how angry I am, how upset I am, or how much I dislike this situation. And you try new things. So it doesn't have to be perfect from the start. You don't have to do things like in a beautiful line of pearls. Life is usually like very, very rocky like this, and this is how we grow. So we have a lot of 9s here, a lot of hermit cards. So it's a lot about finding out who you are. So don't have so much a battle with yourself until you really know who you are. Try to find out. Try to get to know yourself like deep down, and also probably try to get to know the other person as well. could be a good idea. What do they want? What is the hassle? So why are they always running away? What's going on? Or why are you running away from them? So it needs to be some communication maybe, or eventually. So a Ten of Wands is like flight card. You want to flee. Probably you want to flee like a connection that feels really valuable, but it scares you. So you want to leave and be lonely. It's all loneliness in those cards here, because some challenge that you don't want to really take. You're refusing it because you have too much bad feelings connected to this situation, and too much like soul contracts and survival skills. You have decided that this is how you are going to survive. So all those things, this needs to come up to the surface, and this needs to go. So you are going to feel very unguarded, or very fragile if you do this. So that's why you're resisting. You have a good reason, but it's your soul that wants to come through here, so you can trust it, I think. So what the divine wants to tell my dear Aries viewers. Oh yes, okay, we have the Phoenix here. This is resurrection, surrender to change. So things needs to change in your life. You need to change, and it's kind of burning up and then rising up. Just because it burns doesn't mean you're going to die. It's a little bit what I think you will feel during this month of April. And we have the wing-wise one here. They are saying that everything that's happening now is for your help. It's angelic help, miraculous aid. So you can resist it, but they are not going to give up helping you. They are not going to deliver this package on your front door or so, but they are going to help you in the way that you will be most helped to find your highest path towards your highest destiny. Look for signs as well. There can be signs they are sending to make you not give up if you feel very lonely as well. They can show you and with different signs that you are there. They are there for you. So with the Phoenix, take a look in the mirror. Also, how you mirror yourself in relationships. What has been the problem over and over and over again? Take that one problem, look at it like with the Three of Coins and the Eight of Coins here. You have a good chance of like changing this situation now. You don't have to repeat it again. It's and it's not a choice. You are going to burn like this anyway. The Phoenix is like death and destruction, and then it's like sacrificing of old things and new things will come, like sacrificing the ego and then the soul will come, or sacrificing old behavior and then getting along with people. Okay, so I'll take some cards from the past life oracle cards here to see what's going on. Oh, so this is Atlantis and the arts. So it's talking about some long lost part of you that wants to resurface, something that you have been very skilled at, and it seems to be very like high quality, spiritual, loving, connecting, beautiful things. We have dolphins here, we have high civilization, we have water, we have fishes here. Atlantis is a beautiful story about something that we had, but we lost it. But Arts is saying you can have this back. So it's hidden somewhere deep in yourself, and that's probably why you are going to go into yourself to find it. And it has something to do with father. We have the King of Coins as well, a father archetype. So it's and we have a father and we have a child here. So it seems like maybe you need to become the father of your inner child. Maybe your inner child is running here, but maybe it's just needs a reason to stay and stop running. Some protection. This paradise, this making this beautiful paradise for yourself where you can grow and practice your arts. This developing the arts is about developing, personal growth, finding your talents, finding out who you are, kind of taking down your soul in your body and manifest your soul in your life, your true expression. Okay, so my dear Aries, thank you for liking, watching, subscribing, and commenting to my videos. I want you to take really good care, and I hope to see you again in the beginning of May. Okay, bye-bye.